Good wishes to everyone. Today we are going to study about the periodic classification of elements. You studied about the classification of elements in 9th standard. How the scientists Dobereiner, Newland, Mendeleev, etc. struggled to arrange the elements in order. Everything you studied in 9th standard. Is it not? This classification started in the mid of 19th century. But even before these studies, our ancestors knew about the properties of the elements and used them. Mendeleev's periodic table had some discrepancies as he arranged the elements based on their mass numbers. So, another scientist, Henry Moseley, tried to arrange the elements based on their atomic number. This paved the way to the modern periodic table. So, physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Now, you can listen to a conversation between two of your friends. Listen to that and we can get back to our lesson.
Hi Kala, good morning.
Hi Raj, what a surprise! You visited my home?
Yes, my uncle's house is nearby here. When I came there, they told me that you are living here, so I came to meet you.
Welcome Raj. I am so happy of your arrival.
Yes, it is long since we met, is it not?
Because of this corona, we miss our classroom, our friends, everyone.
What are you doing on the laptop? I hope you were studying something.
In fact, I was preparing for an assignment which our teacher gave me.
Assignments? We don't have classes. You are writing assignments? How could it be?
Our teacher arranged many of our friends in a group and used to give lessons. She was searching for your number, but the number you have given is wrong, so she couldn't argue. Our teacher continuously asking for your number. Your number and 2 or 3 more friends' numbers are missing.
Okay, I will give my number to you. You just please ask our teacher to add me to the group.
Definitely.
What is this? You pasted something on the board. I hope I have seen this somewhere.
Yes, this is periodic table. Our teacher taught us about this in 9th standard. Now, she is teaching us about periodic table. So, I'm much interested in this and I asked my father to get me one periodic table chart to study more about this.
Okay, can you tell me something about this so that when the teacher teaches in the class, it will be easy for me?
Definitely. This is periodic table and this is classified based on the atomic number.
Atomic number, I could remember now. Atomic number is the number of electrons or protons in an atom, is it not?
Yes, you could remember this. See, there are some series and groups. The series are called as periods. How many periods are there? Just count and tell me.
7 periods, am I right?
Exactly. See, the first period is the shortest period. It contains only 2 elements.
Second period contains 8 elements, am I right?
Yes, you are.
Then the third period also contains 8 elements.
Absolutely.
Then all the other periods have 18 elements, right?
You are partly right and partly wrong.
Fourth and fifth periods have 18 elements. Am I right?
Yes, see, the sixth and seventh period, there are some more elements. They are taken from here and kept in another series. Have you seen that?
Yes.
The sixth and seventh periods have 32 elements. Keeping all the elements in the series will make the table somewhat longer one. That is why they are taken from there and kept separately in another place. They are called as lanthanide series and actinide series. Now, as I said you, the vertical columns in the periodic table are called groups. How many groups are there?
18 groups. How are they arranged?
They are arranged based on the common characteristics of elements in each group. They are grouped as various families.
Families?
Yes, the first group is alkali metals. They will have similar characteristics. And the second group, alkaline earth metals. Third to 12th group, they are transition metals. And the 13th group is called boron family.
Now can I tell the 14th group is carbon family, 15th group nitrogen family, 16th group oxygen family?
Yes, 16th group has another name, Chalcogen family. And the 17th group is halogens, 18th group is noble gases.
I studied somewhere that these elements in the 18th group are called inert gases.
Yes, they won't react with any other elements. That is why they are called noble gases or inert gases. Now I will tell you one more information that I know. The first group elements, that is alkali series, are named so because they form alkalis, that is strong bases, when they react with water. For example, when sodium reacts with water, it will give sodium hydroxide a base. That is why they are called as alkali metals. And about the other metals, I have a very less idea. We can ask our teacher.
Yes. Thank you, Kala. Thank you very much. You gave me a lot of information. Hereafter, I will also participate in our classes and try to learn more. Thank you very much. Now I wish to know about the electronic configuration. Do you know something about that?
I know, but we can ask our teacher. She will tell us a clear picture about electronic configuration. Okay.
Okay, bye, Kala.
So, in the conversation, Raj wished to know more about the arrangement of electrons. Come, let us know more about it. See, let us consider this as an atom. You know, in an atom, there will be a nucleus in the center and different shells will be there. Is it not this? You studied in 9th standard. What are the names of the shells? Yes, K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. But you have to know something more about this arrangement. That is, how many electrons will be there in a shell, and is it that a shell alone, that is a shell means there will be a single shell, or there will, whether there is any subshells or not. This is what we are going to see now. See, in order to find the number of electrons in a shell, we are making use of a formula 2n square. Here n means the order of the orbit. K shell means 1, L shell means 2, M 3 and N 4. So, using this formula, we can know how many electrons will be there in each shell. First, let us see K shell. K shell n equal to 1, Therefore, 2 into 1 square equal to 2. Next one is L shell. In L shell, n equal to 2. That is 2 into 2 square. That is 8. So, 8 electrons will be there in the L shell. Then, M shell. For M shell, n equal to 3 and 2 into 3 square equal to 18 electrons will be there in M shell. And then N shell. For N shell, n equal to 4. So 2 into 4 square. 4 square means 16. So 2 into 16. 32 electrons will be there in the N shell. Now let us see how these electrons are arranged in the subshells. These subshells are otherwise called as orbitals, and you know shells are orbits, is it not? Shells are orbits and subshells are orbitals. So in the s orbital there can be only 2 electrons. P orbital can occupy only 6 electrons. In d orbital there can be only 10 electrons, and f orbitals can have a maximum of 14 electrons. Now where these orbitals will be? See, K shell has a single orbital, that is s orbital alone. L shell has 2 orbitals, s and p. M shell has 3 orbitals, s, p and d. And N shell has 4 orbitals, s, p, d and f. So, I will make it some more clear. See, this is the K shell. K shell has only 1 orbital, that is s. And this is L shell. L shell has 2 orbitals, one s orbital and a p orbital. Then M shell has 3 orbitals, s, p and d. N shell has 4 orbitals, s, p, d and f. These orbitals will be close together. Now, I will explain it in another way. Now, let us think it in another way. If we consider the shells or orbits as houses, orbitals will be the rooms of the houses. For that, let us consider the K shell. K shell has only 1 room, that is K shell is a house with only 1 room named S. Now, L shell is a house with 2 rooms, S and P. You know, this S orbital can have only a maximum of 2 electrons, and p orbital can have a maximum of 6 electrons. Now, M shell has S, P and D. Okay, M is a house having 3 rooms, S, P and D. You know, S can have only 2 electrons, P can have 6 electrons and D can have 10 electrons. Now, N is a house with 4 rooms, S, P, D and F. You know, S 2, P 6, D 10 and F S 14. Now, let us see another example. This is potassium. Potassium, you know how many electrons will be there in potassium? Yes, 19 electrons, is it not? Let us see how these 19 electrons occupy themselves in 4 different houses, that is 4 different orbits and their suborbitals. So, in K shell, only 1 suborbital, orbital S, and L shell, 2 orbitals S and P. So, 2 electrons will go to S and 6 electrons go to L. Then 2 electrons occupy S room of M shell. 6 electrons occupy M shell P orbital. And 10 electrons will be there in the D orbital of M shell. Now 1 electron remaining will be going to the S orbital of N shell. Okay. But this may not be so because there is another principle called Aufbau principle. You will be studying about this Aufbau principle in your higher classes. So this is how electrons arrange themselves. Electrons 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Magnesium 12 electrons 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Aluminium 13 electrons 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s3. Likewise, this will be going up to argon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. And above this, we have to make use of Aufbau principle also. So, this is how the electronic configuration will be. Thank you. We will meet in the next class.